Hello, Scott Thomas here with Stewardship Matters. I'd like to share some powerful insights for your family's wealth and happiness. There are some driving elements for thriving families, and here are some common denominators. They're intentional, develop mission statement, they're open to receiving input, they're making decisions together, and a recognition of a greater purpose and implementing a game plan. Continuing the journey together. Next, I would like to share a tool called Wealth Languages. It's especially good for family and business relationships. This was shared with me by Cale Dowell, who authored the book Wealth Languages. Notice these words are very neutral in meaning. They can provide some great insights in communication around wealth. Studies tell us that the biggest risk to wealth is because of poor communication. In fact, over 70% of the failures out there are lost by the third generation. Notice in this graph, the arrows on the left are increasing risk moving upwards, and the horizontal arrow increases time moving to the right. So the lower left is stability or safe. It's the now, it's in the right now. Above that is moment. We love these people. They fill up the space. They're the fun person at the party. By the way, there's an upside and a downside to each quadrant. It's not a right or wrong answer here. Opportunity. So this is the one who's thinking of ways to leverage or get the largest returns. They're risk takers. And the one whose future, this person is the spreadsheet person. We all know the spreadsheet person. They're always weighing everything. They're plotting a path, and everything has to be set in track and in motion and checking that progress. So we are assuming you come into a significant amount of money. Here's a question for you. If you had extra money to spend, where would you spend it and why? Again, if you had extra money to spend, where would you spend it and why? Now, if you're married, you have a partner, where would they spend it and why? Write these things down. Most are not in the same quadrant. In fact, it's not a good or bad thing here. It allows for more discussion to work more effectively together to understand one another. So what's your primary language? And what's your secondary one? For my wife and I, we have the same secondary. That's a good thing. Dave Ramsey, his study asked, what was a common denominator in great marriages? The answer? They discussed money on a regular basis. In sitting down with your partner, your spouse, ask these questions and listen to yourself and let those you care about gain more understanding about how you think about money, and if given this extra, what would be the priorities? Most important, what is the why? Have that conversation. If this sounds like a conversation you'd like to explore in greater detail, you could reach out to me, Scott@stewardshipmatters.net. That's Scott@stewardshipmatters.net.